Namaste. My name is Victor Chng. I'd like to welcome you to my 100-hour Yin Yoga Teachers Training Program in Singapore. Yin Yoga is a form of yoga that's looking at releasing of fascious tension in the body. By practicing Yin Yoga, you actually become more flexible. You increase the range of motion of each joint, and also it has an application on the meridians of the body. In this 100-hour teacher training program, we have divided it into two parts, one on the basic training and one on the meridian training. In the basic training, we emphasize into the principles of Yin Yoga. We also look at how to work on each poses, how to adjust and modify each poses for each individual. We are looking at effectively creating a change into the hip structure as well as the spine of the body. In the meridian, we are looking at creating an energetic pattern change in the body. We work into the meridians, so there is an in-depth study on the 12 meridians in the body. We try to demonstrate the relationship between the energetic patterns as well as the physical movements. So after going through the 100-hour teacher training program, the students have a good perspective on how to work the practice more at the physical level as well as the energetic level. Yoga to me is really about healing process, and the healing takes place at various levels. The entry point is always about physical. It's always about how we are trying to first achieve a transformation at the physical level. And by changing the physical body, both in terms of the muscular and the skeleton structure, we are also in a way changing the internal dynamics. And when we look at the internal dynamics, we are looking at how the energy is flowing. And at a very gross level, when we talk about energetic flow, we can imagine first that we are talking about a kind of a circulating pattern that is happening in the body itself. And within the body, there is this body fluid circulation that is happening primarily in the form of blood. But then when we look at the actual dynamics of what is actually circulating and flowing within the body itself, it is not just blood alone. Blood is the main form of body fluid, but there are many other forms of body fluid. There is also equally important in terms of providing nutrients to the cell, as well as excreting waste or trying to transport the waste out from the cell to be expelled out of the physical body system. So the entry point is in the physical body. That is what we are trying to heal. That is first the intervention, I would say, that we are trying to create changes on. Then we move on to talk more at the energetic level, which is more about this circulation of energy, and again, circulation of energy at a more physical level, more in terms of the body fluid circulation. And then once we are able to work into the energetic pattern, then there will be a more subtle change. Yogis like to call it the subtle body. And the subtle body is actually a dimension that is closely related to the mind. Yeah, it is sort of the interval or the intermediate body between the physical dimension as well as the mental dimension. So it is, if I like to apply a Chinese medicine way of looking at it, I call this the Qi body. Yeah. So the Qi body is this body that is trying to come into in between the physical as well as the mental, and it becomes that transportation layer. Yeah, and it also becomes the gateway for us to really access into the mental dimension. So the first thing that we're trying to actually work on in terms of the energy body is to increase the dynamics of its flow. That means, how can we create a more dynamic flow that is more powerful? Yeah. Then, in order to do that, we have to apply cleansing techniques to it. Yeah. So there is also a lot of the yogis call kriyas, yeah, that we are trying to apply to create cleansing, yeah, to the energetic bodies. Yeah. Then, having done so, you are then, creating a more subtle dynamics changes into the mental aspect. Yeah. So when the energetic body becomes cleaner, so to speak, the mind automatically becomes clear. And when that happens, it is easier for someone to actually sit in meditation, for example, with greater ease. Yeah. And meditation becomes an effortless type of mental exercise, you can say. Yeah. So if we were to get someone to sit immediately, there will be a lot of physical struggle. There will be also maybe a lot of stagnation of energy. Yeah. Because from the physical body already have a lot of stiffness, both at the tissues level, at the joints level. So when you are trying to get someone to come into practice meditation immediately, then you find that there is a lot of physical struggle, physical discomfort. So mentally, it is connected to your energy. When your energy is somewhat, defiled, not at a purified or more refined type of energy. Yeah. So you're working more at a gross level. You're not working at a refined type of energy. Then again, you're going to get a lot of garbage coming out from the mind. Yeah. It's almost like, do you want to go high quality petrol, which is a more refined form, or you want to stay at diesel, So if you are, everything is in a form of crude oil, even though you are capable of using it, there will be a lot of waste substances, biochemical product that's coming out. In the same way, if you are trying to sit in meditation immediately as your first intervention, you're going to have a lot of mental garbages coming out because you are not working with a more refined energy. So eventually all yoga works towards trying to get someone to sit comfortably. How can we help or enable someone to eventually go into the practice of meditation? We are looking for teachers who are really committed in the practice. They are totally confident and they are looking at how to actually improve themselves by teaching this, how they could actually impart the knowledge on Yin Yoga effectively to others. So we want teachers who have some practice to actually come for the training to deepen their practice and to deepen their knowledge. In this course, there are many teaching tips and case studies where I will share with you how other Yin Yoga teachers have become very successful in their teaching. If you would like to know more about the principles of Yin Yoga and how to effectively teach it to others, I invite you to join me in this training. Namaste.